Buenos dias. Saludos. What's cracking? I want to piggyback off my last video, which is what do you consider solid? What is solid? What does it mean? So we understand prison is majority of what people consider the life. Being a gang member usually goes coupled with prison, and how you roll through prison and conduct yourself in prison is how people determine, right, what is solid. Or at least that's where the basis of the rules come from, if we can agree on that much. So, damn dogs. Excuse me. Anyways, from my understanding, I don't know this to be true because I have not been in the system in many, many years. But from my understanding, prison right now is based on two different yards. One is a non-programming yard, and one is a programming yard. In the programming yard is SNY, and the 50-50 yards, from what I understood. I'm not quoting nothing. I'm not positive. That's from my understanding, but to try to figure this out. And then the non-program is what used to be considered general population. But I guess they changed the name of general population because I guess apparently the programming yards are much bigger than the non-programming yards. In other words, there's less non-programming yards to go to. That's my understanding. I don't know it to be true, but so let's look at it like this, okay? Um, with that many yards being being programming yards, that means every one of us know somebody that's probably non-program in a programming yard. I happen to know quite a few people that are on that yard now. The S and Y or the 50-50 yards. I also know people that are in the non-programming yard. I don't really talk to too many people in prison. I do talk to one, particularly one homie. He's been down for a while, and I guess he's coming home 2 or 3 years. So, and apparently he's in a non-programming yard. In other words, supposed to be a GP. The other ones, I don't really know where they're at. I just know that they're in that other side. So, unless to me, my common sense, I think of things more of a common sense is I meet dudes all the time. I meet guys at school that are homies, supposedly homies. They go to school, they're functioning, they're in halfway houses, they're in reintegrating programs, and I'm in this program called the Rising Scholars. The Rising Scholars is a program that helps people that were formerly incarcerated wiggle their way through school, maneuver their way through school is a better word. Because it is confusing, and they have women in there, and they have men, they have youngsters, older, they have everything there. And the program I'm definitely in is the one that helps anybody that's formerly incarcerated, where the other programs are people that are incarcerated. So a lot of times we land a meeting, and it's people like us draw to each other, kind of. I'm pretty much on my own. I pretty much eat by myself, I drink by myself, I walk around by myself. I'm not with nobody. I just pretty much stay to myself. But a lot of these guys hang out together because they're in the same programs or the drug rehabs, and a lot of them are trying to be drug counselors. Now, am I in the wrong for not checking these gentlemen's paper or asking their paperwork? Am I not wrong for not doing that? Am I not being solid because I don't ask these men at college, hey, where'd you parole from? Let me see your paperwork before I talk to you. Is that how it's supposed to go? Because I'll tell you right now, for as many people I see that are paroling and coming into the system, into the school system, into the college system, is there a good chance that some of these guys are not in the non-programming yard? Yeah, there's a good chance. Especially considering the non-programming yard is a lot smaller than the programming yard, the GP. So let's just make it easier. The GP is a regular dudes that never PC'd up or never done nothing like that. And then S and Y. And 50-50 would fall into that, from my understanding. So is there a good chance that some of these guys that are going to college are from SNY and 50-50 yards? Is it more of a chance that those guys are on that program and not on GP? Because it's so much bigger than, from what I understand. So that would go to the effect of people that hire ex-felons. It's hard for an ex-felon to get a job. We all know that, right? If you're an ex-felon, it's hard for you to get a job, especially depending on your case. Like mine, I see people being truck drivers, and I was a truck driver. I was only allowed in 3 states, though. I was allowed in Utah, Nevada, and Arizona. I was not allowed in any other state. The reason being is because of my violent conviction. Now, every time you go through a state, another insurance company picks up your insurance. So, say you start in California and you drive through Arizona and you hit Texas or Nevada, those are already changing different. The only ones that would accept me was Utah, Arizona, and Nevada. Those are the ones that are allowed to go. I see truck drivers that go all over the country and they they are able to get their insurances through those other states. So I think it has to do a lot with what you're busted for, because mine was always turned down because I was too violent. Now, don't quote me. This might have changed nowadays. My point is, you get a job and you go to a warehouse. So a lot of the warehouse people that you're in that job with are ex-felons, because it's usually the same companies that hire the ex-felons. So you might get a job. Are all them people good? Did you check everybody's paperwork? Are we supposed to check everybody's paperwork? Do you say good morning to some homies walking down the street? Hey, good morning. Did you ask for his paperwork? See, this is a little thing I'm going through where I want to see how solid somebody is. I want people to tell me how solid they are, what they're doing to prove that they're solid. Do you go to do a rap concert and everybody in the audience is solid, right? Did you check at the gate? So you don't know these things. You don't know. You don't know. Me, I don't know anybody from anybody. I've been to so many things, and if a homie comes up, hey, I'm so and so, I watch the show. Hey, homie, mucho gustos. Nice to meet you. Pleasure. That doesn't mean I'm doing business with anybody. It doesn't mean I'm breaking the law with anybody. Now I have done business with people that were probably less desirable than it should have been, but that depended on what it was for. If it was for something that I felt was beneficial to our gente and a charity, I would do it. I never asked for nobody's paperwork. I never seen it. Didn't know anything about it. Sometimes you find out later. Sometimes you don't. I found out about one gentleman that I met through a film shoot. And apparently, this dude had an R in his jacket. Didn't know. Nobody. Everybody else knew. Nobody told me. What would happen if I found out about it? Well, if it's a legitimate job, I'm not gonna do nothing. Now, if it's a job that is really not paying nothing and doesn't really mean it, I'm done. I'm not participating. Don't ask me. Because if I get around to do it, I'm gonna do something stupid. There's a lot of people that assume or make it seem that everybody they deal with is on the up and up. And with SNY being as big as it is in the 50/50s, how can you guarantee something like that? A little common sense. So this is something else to ponder and think about for the rest of the year. I might do one more video. I'm not sure yet. I might do one more video before the New Year's or before New Year's. I'm not gonna do nothing else for Christmas. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a safe one. I hope you get all your wishes come true. I hope we need to be a little bit more compassionate towards people and just live a better life, man. Don't drink and drive. Don't let that alcohol get the best of you and do something dumb. Have a blessed one, everybody. Bye bye.